Pero speaking of Marites, marami naman nagalit sa akin kahapon at saka isang araw kasi may pinost ako na TikTok version at saka post, nag-viral yan. Sabi ko, hindi totoo na Marcos betrayed Duterte. Ayon lang niya maging tuta ng mga Duterte. Tapos sabi ko, tapos ito yung patama. Bakit naman yung OG ay magbaho sa newbie? Dami nagagalit sa akin.
Dami parat nagagalit sa'yo, no?
Dami nagagalit. Pero interestingly, from two camps again. Yung mga never Marcos, galit na galit sa akin. Parang ginaglamorize ko sila. Parang sabi, do you even know what OG means? Like, saan kayo galing? OG is not a positive thing actually. It's original gangster, di ba? Like, wala silang humor! Well, I mean, I know the street language, but obviously hindi naman ako gangster, di ba? Tsaka, sabi ko naman, di ba, Budol Wars to. Kaya, anong take mo dyan sa ano na yan? Do you think na na-out-budol si... Okay, sige, mabait ka pala, Mark. Do you think Marcos outsmarted the Dutertes or Dutertes fatally underestimated si Marcos?
Ako yung watching it unfold this whole year.
Parang kang Trump rin pala, no? Watching it unfold.
Crowd size.
Disastrous. Great people. Crowd
BBM,
size.
yung patience ni BBM kay Sara, up to the very end, nandun eh. Hindi niya tinatanggal sa depth. He was trying to, di ba kung if tumigil lang kayo, if you stop with the destabilization, if you stop with the attacks ng SMNI, if you stop calling Martin Tambaloslos, baka it could have been hindi ganito kalala eh. So up to the very end, di ba si Sara nandyan sa DepEd hanggang nitong just a few months ago. So I think he tried na pagbigyan itong mga Duterte as much as possible ng leeway. Kaso talagang matigas talaga yung ulo, talagang gagawa. Exactly. So everyone has a breaking point. So we are where we are now.
Pero tingin ko rin kasi, Mark, from the very start, wala silang plano na tuparin yung alleged commitment kay Sara na siya yung successor. Yun yung isang fundamental. If you are already in power, ba't mo ibibigay sa iba? Kung gusto mo yung anak mo ay magkaroon ng political future, bakit ibibigay mo sa iba na pwedeng hindi na gawin yun? No? So tingin ko at a certain point, it dawned on them na wag nila may ipasa. No? Continuity na ito. Lalo na napaka-unpredictable ng mga Duterte. Napaka-unpredictable ng mga kalyado mo. Lalo na nung nag-shift ka ng foreign policy. No? So, it's also a mixture ng mga personal decisions na for continuity at also policy decisions. Na humiwalay ka na doon sa Tokhang eh. Right. Humiwalay ka na doon sa EJK. Humiwalay ka na doon sa foreign policy na pro-China. So, eventually, something has to give. At ang nangyari lang it gave earlier. Nawasak yung unity earlier.
So tama si Mark na part of that was unforced error. Diba? Talagang, okay, papunta na tayo sa exciting part, pero binilisan nyo kasi, diba? Parang masyado nyo na preempt, masyado excited, advance mag-isip. But Sir Ronald, I want to go back to this because I think people misunderstand na parang na sobrang natutuwa tayo sa pagbaksak ng Duterte. We're turning a blind eye to the Marcos side. One thing I'm hearing, and both of you...
Ako natutuwa.
Well, natutuwa tayo pero hindi tayo natutuwa sa pwede maiwan. Because just to be clear, ito I don't know what you guys think about this, pero what some people are telling me is that once nawasak tong mga Dutertes na to, which is not totally impossible, although you never underestimate Dutertes, pipilitin na talaga nila.
Baka bahagi ng continuity is charter change.
Charter change or talagang gagarapalin yung 2028 parang sarili ng kandidato because the ultimate decision, the ultimate game is Sandro after the next cycle, whether it's 2032 or no, I mean kung constitutional change, it could be every 3 years or 2034, diba? So I just want to make clear to people na hindi naman tayo nagbubulag-bulagan doon. It's just that hindi mo pwede isabay lahat. You have to take each fight at a time while keeping an eye on the next phase.
Anong tawag ni Lenin doon?
Ayan na naman. Lenny na. Hindi Lenny.
Direction of the main blow.
Exactly. So alam natin saan papunta ito. But in the meantime, the Dutertes kasi, let's be honest, I think they're the biggest threat to the Philippines constitutional democracy. And here nakikita natin yung mga pangalan ng biktima ng martial law, which we'll discuss even more. Dapat magkakaroon din ng memorial na mas marami pang namatay nung panahon ng Digong, 30,000. Now, again, it doesn't mean, we're not making moral, like saying this is okay.
Yes, evil,
no, actually, indeed, it's not an either or.
Yeah.
Both are wrong. Absolutely horrible. I can see the name of yung mga biktima dito ng martial law by years pa and all. Duterte's are a recent threat and there is still a constant threat. While with BBM, at least thank God, hindi pa nangyari or hindi. I mean, with
there's
BBM,
still time to
yun nga eh. At saka hindi siya katulad ng dati. Ikaw, Mark, sa tingin mo, we're being a bit too paranoid about the Tambaluslos plan daw. I don't believe na, kasi yung pinaka-crazy na rinig ko is, pa-impeach both si BBM and Sara. Parang mag-VP muna siya, and then tatanggalin yung cousin niya. Parang napakasiraulo naman yung ganyan na point, di ba? Parang out of this world na yan.
Sa akin naman, that's what the Dutertes want to happen.
Yeah.
Gusto nila na yung iba mag-focus doon sa mga Marcos instead of sa kanila.
Right.
Para mahati yung attention, mahati yung ano. So, sa akin, ako naman, so pinoint out ni Richard is yung martial law monument dito sa tabi namin, sa right side namin. Pero sa harapan namin, kung show mo dyan sa camera, ayun. Yun naman is sa Cartilla naman.
Right.
Kumbaga sila Bonifacio naman, which was about yung foreign yung foreign
yung mga Espanyol,
imperialism and yung kumbaga yung sa freedom naman natin, which I think is very important din. Na kailangan i-consider din dito na
Mark, may opening sa PCO. Maganda yung ginawa niyang spin, talagang galing . So what you're saying is at least with BBM there's no threat of surrendering West Philippines Sea or maging tuta ng China.
Hindi, kumbaga, more than just yung awayan nung dalawang pamilya.
Right.
Kasi sanay naman tayo. 40 years nang nag-aaway yung, or more, or 50 years na yung mga Marcos at yung mga nandun sa Dilao. And ang tagal na sanay na tayo dyan. Pero ibang usapan kasi, kapag ibang bansa na yung nakikialam, pag ibang bansa na yung pumapasok, kumbaga yung sovereignty and yung freedom natin as a whole country involved, kumbaga that takes on a different level
of threat,
dapat kasama din sa pagdesisyon natin how to handle the situation now. So of course, kailangan iniisip mo din what will happen in 2028, what will happen in 2034. 'Di ba? Kaya nga yun yung mga, 'di ba, calls nung ibang kasama ng kakampings na yung mga calls ni Trillanes na dapat hindi tumitigil nung grassroots. Dapat even after the 2022 elections, 2022 defeat ng elections,
okay.
dapat nagtuloy-tuloy, dapat hindi tumitigil, dapat it's kumbaga you grow the movement every election cycle, tuloy-tuloy dapat na paglaki. So pwede mo naman gawing sabay
Pwedeng sabay. Exactly. Hindi naman mutual exclusive Right? Hindi naman mutual exclusive. Sir, I want to get back to so if Duterte is a 10 out of 10 threat to constitutional order and Marcos Sr. was a dictator, how do you rate Sara versus BBM? In terms of threat to our democracy and constitutional order, each of them.
Well,
Snapshot.
Hindi ko ihiwalay si Sara kay Digong.
10 out of 10 din siya.
Hindi ko sila ihiwalay sa China. No, sila na yung foothold dito ng China at hindi sila iiwanan.
Good point, bro.
Lalo na yung Pilipinas ay nasa strategic center nitong the great game, the superpower game. Nagtaka nga ako ba't hindi lumabas tayo sa debate. No? Malinaw naman for the US, this region is the hub of the world.
And we are a key part of that hub.
Yes, 2/3 of the population is here. And
half of the economy is here.
Half of the global economy is here. No? Ito yung most important trade route ngayon. At halos hindi na mention yung usapin dito. Kaya that's a huge gap dun sa debate. No?
Well, that's why you need a second debate na more foreign policy.
Na hindi mangyayari.
Hindi na mangyayari. Wala, that's it. That's it.
Ang naiwan kasi sa foreign policy ay mas anti-democrat. Afghanistan, Ukraine and Gaza, Palestine.
And a bit of China lang yan.
Or dahil medyo mas pareho sila sa China kumpara dun sa ibang
halos
bansa.
walang difference.
Actually,
gabangan lang yung
kung ikaw si Trump, target mo yung mga sundalo at pamilya ng sundalo, yun ang pupuruhan mo. No, na anong ginawa ng Democrats
Gold Star
dito?
families. Yung sa Afghanistan kasi talagang supply si Biden.
We left several $100 billion in armaments sa Afghanistan, no? Yung mga tangke,
na napunta sa kalaban, sa Iran, sa Pakistan, sa Russia.
Tapos we're funding the genocidal war ng Israel dito sa Palestine. Dapat ganun yung pinuruhan niya pero
hindi, kaso it's not like Kamala is very different also an Israeli issue, right? Or something like that. So, tama naman siya. Medyo hindi masyado malaking agwat nila on Israel, on China, gano'n. Ukraine lang, yun yung talagang big difference. No, but going back again to BBM and Philippines, no? Ikaw, Ronald, do you think we're sleeping on a potential threat of Marcos II? Like a subversion? Hindi naman, di ba?
Not yet. Dahil dito sa anti-Duterte ay isang potential ito para lumakas yung progressive movement. Isang potential ito para lumakas yung mga liberal democratic movement. Sinasabi ko potential hindi necessarily lumalakas sila.
Actualize
dahil
naman.
Ikaw yung sharp end of the spear dito sa tira na ito Yung mga iba, halimbawa, yung mga ibang mga kaalyado ng gobyerno, medyo blunt sila no? Kaya nga ang ginagamit nila mga progressives sa Senate at saka sa House, unless hindi mo napansin.
Right.
Ang front attack sa Senate sila Risa. Ang front attack sa Congress yung Makabayan Bloc, no? And their allies outside, no? So dahil mahirap banatan ng mga vulnerable na mga senador at saka kongresista, yung mga Duterte, no? Ito yung mga may credibility. At kung gagamitin nila yung credibility nila yan para i-expand yung kanilang base, ay mahihirapan yung mga balak bumalik sa isang authoritarian system. Or at least baguhin yung constitution for a more authoritarian constitution.